Thank you for letting me be here today. My name is Pam Colquitt, and I live at 6665 Ridgeview Circle, 75240. Who am I to be coming here to address you guys, to address you, Judge? I'm born and raised in Dallas, Texas. I am a Christian. I am the wife of a dentist, Dr. Jeff Colquitt. I'm a mom of an 8-year-old boy. I'm a licensed physical therapist of 23 years. I was a voter registrar and a poll watcher in 2010 elections, and I am a common sense citizen who's concerned about the leadership of Dallas County and the recent actions to ambush elections administrators Bruce Sherbet. I've been attending County Commissioner Court now for over 8 weeks. I come every Tuesday to educate myself and to know and understand the players. It has been interesting watching all of you and listening to your words and watching your actions. I've taken notes and I've told my friends. You might think of me as a common sense watchdog. What has inspired me to spend my free time sitting here on Tuesdays is that I want to make sure that my hard-earned tax money is spent wisely, and I'm concerned about the desire of power and riches that could be replacing fair and just actions, as we're seeing here. In particular, I'm deeply concerned about the integrity of our election process. There have been rumors of voter fraud in the past, and I want to make sure that we do everything to protect my vote and the vote of fellow citizens. I opposed your actions last week to call for the closed-door election commission. That is not transparent, Judge. You obviously thought that there would be a public outcry, or you wouldn't have been so secretive about it. Well, the people of Dallas did see what you were up to, and they are crying out in opposition. You were wrong. My research reveals that Bruce Sherbet had a strong support from both political parties. He had a good track record of being politically neutral and has won praise within the county and beyond. There's no reason to replace Bruce Sherbet other than self-serving political motivations. Politics now is creeping into our election department. What happens to our checks and balances, and what happens to equal representation? Judge Stinson, Judge, you had a clean slate January 1st, and now you've crippled your reputation and integrity in just 4 weeks. You have made a bad decision, but it's not over yet. You have the opportunity right now to reflect, reconsider, and reinstate Bruce. You can make things right, and you can clear your name. I challenge you, Judge, to reconsider and reinstate Bruce Sherbet. And newly elected Elba Garcia, I challenge you to demonstrate your integrity and good character as well.
Okay.
And, thank you so much for your time.
And I'm gonna caution you. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all say what you want to about me, but you cannot attack the integrity of the rest of the court. But thank you for your comments.
It's not an idea, but I guess I stand amazed. Just talked about not only the tax assessor and collector and the district clerk and the county clerk, having been there just first terms, and basically overcame, and Mr. Fitzsimmons probably won't talk about it, but he had to go back and clean up over 20 years of Republican neglect. If you want to just talk about it, then you talk about this as though the administrator is a non-partisan individual. But be that as it may, the Department of Justice and the Secretary of State, in fact, I think it was the Republican Party who was talking about that these processes were fraught with election fraud. And it was the Department of Justice who was here on election day. It was the Secretary of State who's had basically said there is no findings. I just find it interesting. Those departments are not going away. The only thing that has happened is that there's been a change in administration. And with that change in administration, and I guess I'm the only one that's been around long enough to remember, how Bruce got there. There was a lady by the name of Connie Drake McCormick. Same thing happened, and I nominated Bruce. That was 24 years ago. And the person to which the commission has placed as the interim has been there 24 years, handling contracts, handling hand in glove. And so, I just find it peculiar. And the reason I think the election commission, I'm not a member of the election commission, held it the way they did is because that's what the statute contemplates. It does not talk about it no more than if we wanted to talk about personnel specific. And again, I stayed away from talking about personnel specific. That's the reason closed doors are contemplated. It is personnel specific. It's not broad. We're not talking about the department. We're talking about a person. And that's the reason the department, whether it's the election commission or whether it's this court. If I want to talk about an administrator, I have to do that in closed session. It's personnel specific. Any of these people that we appoint. And so this one is no different. And at the end of the day, you know, like I said, we'll make a decision and we'll live with the decisions we make.
Commissioner Price, if I might ask you a question, is it not true that Tony Pickens Poole is a protege of yours and that you forced Bruce to hire her back in 1988?
Well, I don't require forcing you. That I just said for the record, I was the one that pushed Bruce. You weren't around, I know, but I was the one that pushed Bruce. And so don't chance, Judge.
And I'm not begrudging either one of you. I'm just asking that this matter is not on our agenda.
Okay, that's right.
And so I would like for us to, when it is on our agenda and it's properly noticed to the public that it's on our agenda,
You're right.
we'll deal with it.
I'll let you open.
Judge, I just want to say for the record that thank you for the speakers that came this morning to speak. Obviously, your voice is important for all of us. As far as my integrity, I feel pretty good about it. I think the process could probably be handled in a different way. However, I do believe, and I spoke with Mr. Shepherd over the weekend. He is ready to move on. He's ready with his life and his career, and I will respect that. Thank you.
And again, we'll now go to closed session. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Lingerfeld, you did.
Brandon.
Yes, sir. I do apologize. And after Mr. Lingerfeld, if there's anyone else who signed up who didn't make it on my list, is there, before you start, Mr. Lingerfeld, and we'll hold this against your time, did I miss anybody that signed up to speak? And raise your hand really high, because I'll be honest with you, we can't really see from up here because of the lights. Is there anybody other than Mr. Lingerfeld? Mr. Lingerfeld, I do apologize. Just state your name and your address, sir.
I'm Charles Lingerfeld, 1608 Bell Meadow Lane, 75253. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have asked for this time this morning so that I could be here to show my support for a man of honor and integrity. That man is the Honorable Bruce Sherbet. As we all know, Mr. Sherbet has served Dallas County for more than 24 years as the election administrator. He has been a man of esteem and integrity for all those years, and in my opinion has been one of the most admired men in Dallas County. I have watched as he has trained hundreds of people the ways to conduct fair and successful elections. I have seen him pour his life into people. I have seen him exude and build confidence in those who surrounded him, no matter who they were. Bruce is a confidence builder because he loves people. He is smart, intelligent, and technologically talented, and yet he is always willing to share all of that with others. But today, is this all about Bruce Sherbet? I say unto you, no, it isn't. It's about some of you who sit behind that sacred desk, prepared and provided for you by the dear people of this great county, Dallas County, Texas. Your actions recently have united us and brought us to this meeting, and here we are. Democrats, Independents, Republicans, and Tea Partiers. We are united and we are one. You have galvanized us, and we're here to stand against your unwarranted deeds against a fine man or any man. We're not ignorant and we're not sheeple for you to lead around and treat us as such. This day is one of transparency, openness, and living the truth before the people. Our city and our county are known for John Dealys, cowboys, Mavericks, and barbecue, and the friendliness of good down-home Southwestern style people. At one time, this city was known as the city of assassination, and we abhorred it, then as we do now. We stand here today about 100 feet from where that horrible deed took place. Shouldn't we revere this area as hallowed ground? Shouldn't we have respect and honor for one another? Shouldn't we learn the lessons of the past? And shouldn't we learn to forgive and be forgiven? I say yes to all the above. We stand before you today determined, united, and in harmonious accord that we will not waver, that we will not tire, and that we will not give in or give up to this style of phony leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Long.
Thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. All right.
So disrespectful.
That I
So weird making faces to the
apologize,
speakers.
I forgot to pull on the miscellaneous agenda, number 7, page 175. There is Office of Information and Technology requesting